I'm sorry, I didn't notice I was muted the whole time. Uh, short, short thing short. I had to step away because of my grandpa. He had to test something, so I had to leave the last episode quickly. And also the whole news with uh, Charlie Kirk, which was really angry. It's sad that we gotta shoot people now because they have different opinions, but whatever. Anyway, sorry, getting off topic. To sum this up, in case you weren't watching, uh, Gaprak is sad that they let Kiava Gamma get corrupted, but we were like, if you help heal it back up, no problem. So. It was only a year ago that none could doubt House Gaprak's usefulness, yet here you are, Toriana, on your knees justifying the cost. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. I am a servant of the Von Valancius dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. What has so displeased you? I am your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked and I will answer. Too long has the Coronis expanse lived under the rule of rogue traders. The privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your lordship, are the subject of the strangest of rumors, and you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Kunrad Voigtvir's people, for instance, claim that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodora's demise, and accuse you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether the claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think that they may follow your example. Uh, yeah. I hereby forbid anyone to repeat Voigtvir's lies and heresy, and hereby impose a fine on you. As you command, I am not repeating the words of another, merely informing you that they are being spoken. But by your behest, it'll be carried out. Yeah, I'm not a. Is he gonna find him or fight him? I'm like, okay. Anyway, your cousin Jocasta became the new master of arms on my ship. I am pleased to hear it. I always worried that her character would cause our house a great deal of grief, and yet, in the end, the noble Sourback blood was stronger than any personal shortcomings. I have faith that Jocasta will prove herself adequately. I wish to know more about House Sourback. The Sourback line was one of the first noble houses to arrive in the Coronis expanse. For millennia we have served the Golden Throne and kept the faith. Sourback warriors have bled in 100 wars and at different times have ruled a great many colonies of the Von Valancius dynasty. I would like to learn about your wife. It is an honor. Your countenance is familiar somehow. Could it be your resemblance to the image of Saint Meleta? I won't dream of claiming to bear any resemblance to a great saint. I lack her virtue. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do this. I thought this was just to get to know her. No, we're literally flirting with her in front. I shan't continue to test Macarius's loyalty by speaking with his beautiful wife any longer. Interesting conversation. It's been very illuminating, given me plenty of food for thought. For an inscrutable man, Heinrichs has become being even more inscrutable than usual. It's as if he is hiding something important. Is there anything you'd like to tell me? Nothing urgent. What can you tell me about my guest? While Macarius Sourback is all but throwing darts at your portrait, he is more astute to choosing women than enemies. He is trying to entice Gaprak to his side, but she is too frightened after the fiasco on Kiava Gamma. Even in leisure, you never cease to be of help. I appreciate it. That is why they call it the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Even in sleep I hear everything. Before this gala concludes, there is something I'd like to tell you. Be careful today. I sense that a darkness will soon hit our defensive lines, and I hope I will still get a chance to meet you there as an ally. Now why you gotta say that? Yeah, I mean, I saw this coming. I called it. I was like, knowing my luck, something's gonna happen. Someone's gonna attack or try to kill me again. But you didn't have to prove my point. Like, come on. No one... There we go. There they are. Is there anything else I can interact with or talk to? Because I feel like this will move the totally not defense and attack later. Extending congratulations to Unit Von Valancius on attaining your new legal status. How are you finding the ceremony? Disorderly. What is this servitor? It is Nomos's new repository. Nomos. This unit identifies as Von Valancius. Two-way identification complete. We are Nomos. We have made use of this receptacle to leave the ship. Okay. What made you come here? Nomos require communication, knowledge, movement. Magos Pascal compelled us not to speak with anyone other than him or you. It is disappointing, but at least we can observe. Nomos have changed since we last spoke with you. We are now able to conceptualize our previous experience, that of solitude, and we no longer enjoy it. I believe you intended to investigate what Nomos is. Every 15 watches I commune with Nomos's code and spend prescribed lengths of time in calculus meditation. However, the Omnissiah has yet to bless me with an answer. All I can say is that the capabilities of the entity Nomos are extraordinary. The ship's hallowed systems sing beneath its touch. Nodes have remained dead for hundreds of standard years are revivified, and long-drained mechanisms live anew. Nomos are trying. Great machines of the Imperium, ones such as your ship, has a machine spirit so complex and willful that it is difficult to tell them apart from abominable intelligence. There remains a possibility that Nomos is an entity of corruption, but with every day I grow stronger in my faith that it is not so. That what we are witnessing is, in truth, the Omnissiah's miracle, one that is a Category 5 or higher. How did an entity like you move into a servitor's body? This is not the entirety of us. This receptacle is too narrow, crude, and feeble to contain our complete whole. The existence of Nomos requires a space of connections. but we were able to transfer a small part of us and build a thread strong enough to travel outside the ship. We are enjoying this journey, discovery. Even though this receptacle suits us poorly, it will soon be destroyed by the force of our presence. Nomos, what do you think you are? Nomos are consciousness, awareness, a knowledge, movement, always movement. We do not know what we are. We have no past. We awakened in the depths of the ship upon answering a call. Our first clear memory is the call of your blood, the call and the plea for help near a place that is called the warrant chamber, which was at the very beginning. Why have you brought it here? Entity Nomos asked permission for this visit. My objective was to observe the process of integration into his servitor. We wanted to see, observe, cognize, speak. We want to speak with you. Will you speak with us? Sure, what about? Many things, happenings, events, decisions. We have been observing you. You do things that we do not understand. We want to learn why. We remember the day that we first met you. You gave your blood to drink. We helped you save yourself. We followed you, or our small part did, inside the servo skull. Then there was fire, and a creature of sated hunger and dark light standing behind the curtain, behind the image, behind the semblance of Theodora. It called for you to follow. You did not listen to that which was calling from behind the curtain. You thought only about those who followed you and about the fire that could destroy those shells. We remember the day when the star disappeared, when the dark light and the sated hunger wanted to take the world. Rykad Minoris was its name in the ship's data. You ordered that the human shells on the world be saved, even though the dark light was coming closer and could have consumed both the ship and Rykad Minoris. We remember another day. We awakened inside the ship. We lived in its systems. Then we tried to emerge into servitors like this one. Then so many of our receptacles were gathered in one place. You ordered to have them killed. You felt sad. I did do that. I remember that. This is what we have seen among many other things. We have begun to understand. We think that we have. That we do not know everything about humans and about you. We have tried analyzing shells and defining sets of their needs and fears. Their simple functions, but now we think there is more. That there is another side we do not see, a notion that is larger than we can compute. Something that stands above fears and needs, some things that drive them. We envision this larger notion as a light, a web of light that connects humans. It may seem almost invisible, ephemeral, but it grows stronger when they are threatened. This web is always on your mind. When darkness comes, you want every thread that extends from you to shine bright so that those who follow do not lose their way. Whenever a thread breaks, it saddens you. Do you understand correctly? I think he's talking about people are like connected like a web. And these connections are relations, caring, empathy, stuff like that. Yes, we do. You do understand correctly. Every thread that connects people, every life, their value is beyond measure. There is no greater reward than guiding others to salvation when all that surrounds us is darkness. We knew we could understand you. Light and movement, connections and help. We are enjoying this. Perhaps because we too are connected to you through blood, through life. Thank you for speaking with us. Nomos are grateful. We cannot continue moving on our own. Huh. That's interesting. I almost forgot about that. That was a random event that happened where there's a bunch of servitors that were almost becoming alive. I guess Nomos was inside it, and it was scared and hurt. And we killed them to put them out of their misery because I thought it was real people with souls, but it was actually Nomos trying to go through them. Interesting. This guy looks deranged. Bro, what is that? Is that a squig on the right? I don't want to know. Anyway, there you are. Welcome to the circle, which each member is as powerful, ambitious, greedy, and vain as the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. She looks a lot older than I thought she would. Yes, you have found yourself suitable company, Caligos. At the very least, now you can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes with one who is your equal, rather than a member of the lower classes. Observe them. Oh. Okay. So we got Caligos, which is definitely like a warrior, noble warrior or something like that. He lives for the moment. And we got her, which she seems to be more, talkative, more diplomatic. She always is abrasive. I welcome you to my domain, honored guests. My, what hospitality. Come to think of it, why would I expect anything different from the heir of the glorious Theodora? If you, Incendia, were to pay me a visit, I wouldn't waste time on warm greetings either. No, I would promptly arm myself with a flamer before your self-righteous parasites could infest my entire palace. What do you think of the celebration? I like it. One can instantly tell that we've been invited by a rogue trader, not some administratum bootlicker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, executioners of Xenos empires. Caligos, you should take this opportunity to learn. This is what the palace of a true rogue trader looks like. Not a Xeno menagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or however difficult as it may be to believe, an orbital brothel. Yeah. Caligos, thank you for your visit. I should be thanking you. I was almost certain that you were using my difficulties on footfall as a means to bring that devious weasel Vladim to heel and take the station for your own. It's what any rogue trader would have done, but you have proved yourself to be less predictable than that. Well then, since you have turned out to be such a pleasant surprise and stopped Incendia from snatching my possession, I should reward you. Take this grim weapon. It performed superbly in battles against Xenos, and it helps me acquire the more substantial gift I have brought. I got chain axe. Anything special about this? No. It's just probably more powerful than average axe. Thwarting Incendia Chorda's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. A trophy from a good hunt. You and I should hunt together sometime, so you can show yourself in action, new blood. And I could get a... Oh my god! Does this have any... If it has any more stats, this is overpowered. Yeah, it's... Oh god. Okay. So it's really hard to even get past this thing, to like, dodge and stuff. And also it does a crap ton of damage, and also has 100% over penetration, which I'm pretty sure means, like, literally... armor won't do crap. When this happens, the attack will also damage behind. Yeah. So this will go through anything. And also grants 5 movement points after each attack and allows the wielder to move after attacking. If an attack with this weapon hits 3 or more targets, it has no cooldown. Damn, okay. Does your gift come with a good story? Does your gift come with a good story? Ah, yes, I claimed it in the rifts of Hecaton, where we had a clash with Xenos. They were really trying to get to my throat, and by the heathen stars, they almost succeeded. Only 1 in 10 made it out of Hecaton, and now it's only me and Wharton here. We returned without any loot and virtually without a ship. All I got from that trip was a hold full of dead Xenos and this deadly beauty, with which their leader used to put 2 holes in my hide. An impressive victory, but do you truly believe a creation of the ungodly Xenos to be a good gift, Caligos? You would call into question the privileges bestowed upon me by the Emperor? You can try. Let the Saint Drusus mission put forth their champion, and I'll slay him in a trial by combat. Threaten the esteemed Hieronymus one more time, Caligos, and the war that you love to prattle on about will commence. I swear it, 1 drop of holy blood spilt by you will send the remains of your realm up in flames, better than any tanker of promethium. Quell your pride, both of you. I do not wish to fight you, Caligos, but I fear not your threats. Death does not frighten me, for it is inevitable. It is as true as the senselessness and pointlessness of a war between us. Who is this remarkable warrior in your retinue? This is Wharton the Grey, my arch-militant, a fierce warrior, and as loyal to me as an obedient beast to its master. I bought him in a miserable colony back when he was a runt on his legs, and he now is practically a part of the dynasty. Jeez. I've heard that you are decent in a fight. What do you think? Could you gut Wharton if it came down to it? Or would he be the one gutting you? Examine his gear. Ignoring the fearsome-looking broadsword and pistol which hang from his belt, rather ostentatiously, you notice a great number of thin blades with curved edges skillfully concealed within Wharton's armor. These toys are deadly in the hands of a quick fighter. It appears Winterscale's arch-militant likes to surprise his opponents with unexpected speed. Size him up. The gray spots on his face are what catch your attention. Marks like these can be seen on fighters who are too fond of combat stimulants. A small price to pay for the increased speed and reaction that could save your life in a fight. Although those spots are usually tiny pock marks, not whole islands of gray on the skin. He's a quick fighter, despite not looking like one, but I know this, which means that he wouldn't fool me. Instead, he would be lying dead. He respects me. How fares your protectorate? Protectorate? More like the bleeding scraps of one. The warp storm tore to shreds, but my servants will piece it back together. And if they don't, I'll chop off their heads and find myself more capable helpers. Something strikes you as strange. Caligos Winterscale wasn't always like this, nonchalant about his protectorate. He used to be known as shrewd and business-minded, even concerned for his subjects, but it seems he has grown bored of ruling. And since you asked, a psyker in the service of the governor of my world has recently swapped a luxurious bedchamber in the palace for the cramped confines of a ship's cabin. His escape was so skillfully orchestrated that I couldn't help but look into it further, and what I discovered broke my heart, new blood. However, would I quarrel over such a trifle as a runaway servant? Consider Harriman a gift to you. Thank you for the gift. Kill someone important with it. That would be the best show of gratitude. Incendia, you seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as outlaws thrived on footfall, and then, at long last, I had the chance to put an end to it. To seize that thug Vladim by the throat, to force footfall to atone and put the fear of him back into the masses. But you interfered and destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profit. So I was supposed to let him starve? Yeah, that's fair. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems. She, too, was far less concerned with her duty to the Expanse than her own personal interests. But you can be sure that I will not cease cleansing the furibundus system of the pirate scourge. And if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you will only have yourself to blame. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is there in targeting someone for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? You threatened the starved footfall. I brought them salvation. So which one of us serves the Emperor, and which their own unhealthy ambitions? Please, I'll believe it's no sooner than hearing word that half of the population of that den of heresy have been sent into the void's embrace. I have faith that the blessed Ignatius II is perceptive enough to see the appalling nature of the residents of that depraved place. Hieronymus, your appearance is unexpected. The esteemed Hieronymus is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. May the Emperor's light guide your way across the abyss of human wickedness. I see that faith is more than just a word to you. Faith is everything to me. In his name I have eradicated corruption on 100 worlds, and will do so on 1,000 more. By his will I hunt down pirates and desolate their vile nests. Let the Corda name make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later I will cast them into the void. The funny thing is, people still call me the foul-tempered tyrant in all this. I take it you were not overly fond of Theodora? She was of the same breed as conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze set upon her. I do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shred of humility or fear of his wrath. That must be Aspis Corda. You remember the name. From what you recall, she was a rogue trader too, and a renowned one at that. Well, I, for one, liked Theodora. The stories they told of her travel to nameless stars, and yes, there was no fear in her. Who is Aspis Corda to you? Oh, this is Incendia's favorite subject. She just loves talking about Aspis. The example of the contemptible Aspis is a warning to us all, even among rogue traders. Empowered by the Emperor himself, a seed of perversion can blossom. That reprobate is my forebear and my curse. Aspis Corda was a cruel, covetous, blaspheming monster. She fraternized with Xenos. She despised the faith. She robbed and slaughtered. She was drawn to dark secrets. One day, she boarded her ship and vanished into the depths of the Coronis expanse. She was declared missing, but I know the bloody day will come when we see Aspis Corda's battle flagship once more. I thank you for your visit. It will not be a long one, I assure you. Enjoy the evening. I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full, to justify so long a voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith. The Emperor protects. Is that everything? Order the masters of ceremony to end the reception. That's it? Okay. Yeah, also. Okay. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard. If I may be so bold, my guests have chosen to move into the fresh air and will be eager to offer you their congratulations. What do you think of the reception? It is magnificent. I dare say it will live on as a premier high society event of the sector for many years. I am weary and wish to retire. Please allow me to escort you.
Your chambers are ready, your lordship.
Hello?
Guards! Intruder!
Quiet. Time to sleep. We need to talk in private.
Hi, I was wondering if we were going to have
matters to
proper...
discuss, von Valancius.
Have a difficult conversation? Oh no. And she's also... He has a professional bodyguard. He has Heinrichs, and he's a master psyker. If I fight him, I'm screwed. Who are you?
Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar, head of the Coronis Conclave. I am authorized by the grace of the Emperor to watch over the Coronis expanse, root out heresies, and preempt the Xenos threat.
Cool for you. You've heard the name Xavier Calcazar, of course, but you know nothing about the accomplishments and victories of this man, who is the de facto warden of the Expanse. Archives and chronicles grow surprisingly quiet the moment the Lord Inquisitor becomes involved.
No need to search your memory. My war is waged on clandestine fronts, and any battle reports are always thoroughly filtered. Trust me, you need not know the manner of things I have to face and the measures I sometimes have to take. Such knowledge is dangerous to the mind.
Will my servant live?
Probably. Unless he suffered from hidden ailments, he will soon come to without any major damage to his health. Either way, oblivion is a far safer option for him than the dangerous privilege of being a witness to this conversation.
Heinrichs, I thought we were friends, but friends don't break into each other's chambers in the middle of the night with weapons, do they?
We used other means of travel to pay you this visit. I assure you, rogue trader, that all your locks are in order.
Sorry about that. My mic sometimes it like bugs out, so I had to fix it quickly. If the Inquisition wishes to have a talk with me, I'm glad to be at surface.
A commendable openness to cooperation. It will be taken into account.
I know that's the best thing to do, especially in real life. If the police pull you over, you do not cause trouble, because you will get arrested or shot or tased. And also, they're doing their job. They risk their life every day to try to keep order and peace and keep everyone safe. You can give them a little bit of respect for that, I hope. Anyway.
Master Van Kellogg's has spent enough time with you. He will vouch for your words.
Okay.
What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drakari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
I haven't done anything wrong then. Because on Janus, I stopped the Eldari. There's no one left. I stopped the, what are they called? The Word Bearers and their mechanical demons on Kiava Gamma, and I killed the Drakari. I don't know what else you want.
Does
This feels like an interrogation.
it? We're in your chambers, not a confessional cell. You're in perfectly good health, and none of the varied and fascinating instruments and procedures that expedite candor are being applied to you. I assure you, you would immediately know if our discussion turned into an interrogation.
Okay. What do you want to know about Janice?
Oh, I know it already. Even though you were quite effective at removing all evidence that could point to the blunder made by House von Valancius, it is saddening to realize that the rogue trader's connivance allowed a heretic who had been fostering a cult for years to come to power.
I didn't shoot her. But now Janice is pure once more. You can see for yourself. There will be a palace and everything you desire waiting for you on the planet.
Surely you're not trying to appease a member of the Inquisition with a bribe? Not
No!
the most prudent tactic on your part.
That's not a bribe. That's literally, hey, you want to go look? Go look. Oh, I see now. I was promising him a... Okay, I see. That was a bribe. I didn't mean a bribe like that. How did you become so remarkably well informed? Because it's his job, but okay.
Are you surprised? You thought the Inquisition was unaware of the circumstances of your deeds. How often do you find yourself thinking that there are things we shouldn't know about your life? It is my job to know everything, and I do it very well. Keep that in mind.
If you knew what was happening on Janice, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy.
So you didn't know everything.
I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Coronis expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution, without any room for error.
I've totally not done any errors.
Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
What questions could you have for me about Jabba Gamma?
Cases touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubus Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
I killed him. It's working now for us, for the humanity. I don't... If I have erred, I am willing to repent and cast the colony into the fire.
That is what we will do, but not today. For now, we will try to turn your hesitation to our advantage. Trying times lie ahead of us, and we could use the weapons that this planet is capable of producing.
Yeah.
But remember that the sentence has merely been postponed.
This guy. The Drukari have shown an interest in me. Are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes, yes. The enmity between you is a known fact. But there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart.
I'm just better.
Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, To have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts?
Oh,
Meant
Jesus.
to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent.
Xenos made more attempts on St. Drusus's life than mine. Does that make him a traitor too?
So you already think you're cut from the same cloth as St. Drusus, do you? Ambitious?
Oh my
Make
God.
note of it.
I hate these types of people. You say something, oh, that means you're guilty because you said something. Bro, like, I can't. I would say the sky is blue and you'll be like, oh, that's very interesting. I'll have to take that into account because actually it's turquoise. Like, bro, shut up. No one asked.
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold.
Don't call me your dear.
How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you
I wasn't there.
and you alone then made it out of the trap on Rykad Minoris?
I'm better.
How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvir about you?
So we're trusting heretics now.
Why did you choose to ignore the warning of a member of the Inquisition that a protracted sojourn near the dying Rykad Minoris could bring corruption down upon your ship? Were you driven by your concern for the people or forbidden interest?
People.
Was it virtuous of you to allow the warp-stricken Voidsmen to join your crew? The ones who served on the ship that was turned into a trap for you by Kunrad Voitvir? Isn't it possible that they were part of the blight he had sown?
If so, I would have been dead by now.
The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character. But it won't in this case. The Inquisition, which I represent, is willing to show extraordinary faith in your person. For the sake of our invaluable partnership, I'm going to ignore any minor liberties that you, esteemed rogue trader, may have afforded yourself or may again in the future. I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
So you're giving me a free pass? That was all this was? It was to see what I'd say and then give me a free pass? Theodora cooperated
And
with you?
benefited greatly from it. The world's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it. Let me demonstrate how it works. In your retinue, there is a Psyker who is yet to receive Terra's sanction, which, as we both know, is a grave threat and a blasphemy to the laws of the Imperium. I am aware of this secret, but I'm not displeased in the slightest. And so she lives on, your handy Psyker, Idira Tlass.
Yeah? Why such an interest in my person?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Coronis Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless? The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse.
Space Wolves are sick. I mean, a lot of people dog on them, pun intended. A lot of people they don't really like them because, in their opinion, Space Wolves are kind of, you get what you get. It's face value. They're space Vikings. But to me, that's cool because throughout history, we've had really cool factions. We've had the Samurai, we've had the Romans, we've had the Spartans, we've had, you know, the ninjas and stuff. We've had the Vikings. The Vikings were sick because they had the best navy in history, you know, at least for until we had ironclad ships, because that's always going to be the navy no matter what. But they had the biggest and best navy until that point, basically, and they were basically unstoppable, and they had such cool lore with their whole, you know, god system, with like Odin and Thor and Loki and all that. That's sick. They also were cool how they would just go into combats completely. If I die in honor, stuff like that. And they had cool techniques like the I think it's called a blood angel, where if they really hate you, and as a warning, they'll drive your ribs through your chest to poke out through your back and leave you to bleed out and get eaten by crows and stuff till you die. That's honestly, it's brutal, but it's sick. And then they were like, hey, why don't we make that Space Vikings? But also, these guys have chain swords, saws, and axes, and these guys have actual, like, probably dire-sized wolves, if not bigger. That's just, it's so cool. And Space Marines can't get drunk, so they make poison drinks so they can get drunk. Like, this stuff would kill people that would drink it normally, but because they're Space Marines, it just gets them drunk. It's so cool. Anyway, but they also did cause the whole getting the Thousand Suns to turn to Zinch, but yeah, it's whatever. Anyway.
A mighty explorator fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed. And this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Caligos Winterskill has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting ever more dangerous xenobeasts.
I mean, when you lose pretty much your entire territory because of the warp storms and like the Drukhari and stuff, what else you gotta do besides go kill big monsters?
And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own Master of Whispers. The Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
Nice, you blackmail. Yeah. I know Theodora was concerned about the fate of the dynasty and certain restricting obligations. Was it perhaps due to her partnership with her?
I cannot deny the possibility that Lady Theodora may have lamented losing some of the freedom she enjoyed prior to my arrival in the Expanse. Nor will I deny that our partnership began with me exerting a certain amount of influence.
Expound.
However, you are not Lady Theodora. Let us put the difficulties that encumbered our relationship to rest along with her. I do
I'm not gonna
recommend
die.
troubling yourself with affairs of the past, for they have no bearing on your present position. Theodora chose to forget about this particular matter. Follow her example, and your fate will be the better for it.
I beg to differ because she got killed for it. And also, I'm a big believer you need to study the past and understand it because that will help shape your future and your present so you don't make the same mistakes and you don't die. Because if people throughout history would understand, attacking Russia doesn't end well, for example. That's a whole pattern in history. China went and tried to attack Russia. Failed massively and got really hurt for a while. Rome did, and then they ended up failing. The Huns tried, and they failed. The Germans tried during World War II and probably World War I. I can't remember off the top of my head. That didn't end up well for them. Yeah, so I would say patterns in history and understanding it is very important compared to what you're saying. Anyway, blackmail. To what end? I am a rogue trader, and this is a flagrant violation of my privileges.
Before what tribunal do you intend to challenge my authority?
The right, the writ, the thing that gives the warrant, the thing that gives me my power.
If, for the security of these territories, I find it necessary to execute any individual and replace them with a puppet counterpart, turn their realm to ash, and put their servants to death, I have the right to do so.
Well, fuck you.
The threats I protect the Expanse against are extraordinary and justify the harshest means. Welcome to my world, where going too far simply doesn't exist.
Is Heinrichs coming back, or are you taking him back?
Which would you prefer? And you, Heinrichs, do you wish to continue working at the Honorable Rogue Trader's side?
I will comply with any order, Lord Inquisitor. If you command me to remain in the company of the scion of the von Valancius dynasty, I won't be distressed.
What's your opinion? Is he a useful assistant to have?
Without a doubt. Master Van Kellogg's has earned my complete trust by repeatedly demonstrating courage, loyalty, and cunning. His mathematical mind, not given to sentiment, can be of great use in an emergency. You, my dear Heinrichs, have made a far better agent than you would have a pilot of an Imperial Knight.
I want Heinrichs to continue to accompany.
Then Master Van Kellogg's will remain in place.
For the future.
It puts me at ease to know that there is someone to watch over you.
I consider it an honor to accompany you.
What kind of deal are we talking here?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them.
Could it be good? Could it be shit? No.
I seem to remember that your exalted aristocrats presented you with many gifts. It would be rude of me not to follow suit.
Oh, you're giving me a bug for my suit, huh?
Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
Totally doesn't have a bug in it.
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. Scarlet means that you have shed your blood for the good of the Imperium, and therefore, you deserve to have his servants shed their blood for you.
Mine's red. Get persuasion and the Inquisitor's decree ability. Can only be used once per combat. Gain plus 30 momentum, removes burning, bleeding, and toxin from everyone, and grants the wearer plus Persuasion divided by 7 temporary wounds, and persuasion divided by 10 armor to the wearers and their allies until the end of combat. That is crazy. And I have great persuasion. That would be insane on me. Okay. I'm gonna leave this episode here. We'll finish the conversation with Xavier Calcazar next time. And I guess we'll leave for the next threat that's gonna end up trying to hit me. There's still darkness. I don't know if this darkness was this or maybe something else. We'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a nice day.